So, what's happening, people? We're back again, episode 4, Chattin Pony with Paddy The Baddy. I've got another new guest on today. He's now my Muay Thai coach, Simon Audley, but in the past he has been in the opposing corner. We've got a built a little relationship going back when was it? 9 years ago or something?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
9 years, you know, and I've... Si knows everything about Muay Thai that's happened in the UK for the last 20, 25 years, so I want to get him on and give everyone a little insight into the Muay Thai world, because it's not like MMA, it's quite a bit different, know what I mean? People think, oh, it's just fight sports, it's all the same. It's not. It's completely different. Muay Thai is a completely different martial art. So, Si, just introduce yourself.
Yep, I'm Simon Audley, been fighting and training for just under 20 years, yeah. And like I said, met you when we fought against you years ago with young Sean Gilmartin.
I'm trying to think now, how old was I? 5th.
Oh, you were only young.
I think I was 6. We were both 16, me and him, at the time.
You had your skinhead.
Yeah, I had a proper skinhead. Yeah. And we was talking about this before. We fought, didn't we? Where was that against Southport?
There was one in Southport and there was one in the Greenbank.
The first one we done in Southport, after the fight, Sean's hand got raised and I was like, what's going on here? How haven't I won that? Yeah. And I ended up going and speaking to the judges and stuff and all that after it, because I thought I'd won. But then now looking back, I know that Muay Thai scoring is completely different.
Totally different.
I think if it was a K1 fight, then I would have won that fight. Yeah. But Sean was beating me in the clinch, and I think it was a kick in the back what won him the fight, and in Muay Thai that scores high. If you want to go into that, because I'm not clued up on Muay Thai, as you know, you're more.
Yeah, I mean, basically what it is so around about the time that was all happening, there was people doing courses, basically judging courses, right? Judging courses, referees courses. When Muay Thai came over to England years ago, it was a bit of a watered down thing, because kickboxing was already here, and then all of a sudden someone came over and started throwing elbows and knees to the head and all that, and doing this.
People were like that.
Yeah, it's like, wow. People are doing all this weird dance before they start fighting and so on and so on. Everyone was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then basically, but then what happened was the scoring side of things no one knew how to score. Right, they didn't know that body kicks score better than punches. They didn't know that if you clinched someone and dominated them in the clinch, that was a bigger
better
score.
Than landing about 7 punches.
Yeah,
in a kick.
Because the punches you'll take about 20-30 punches to the head. You will definitely, right? Take 20-30 punches to the head, but then you'll get caught with a body kick and it'll wind you and stop you and take all your life out of you. Low kicks are same as punches in Thai. They have an accumulative effect, and if they stop you, but they don't score as well as the body kicks. The body kicks harder shot to land because the way you stood and you're defending and so on and so on. Teep score, anything that off balances you, and then if you see through a high kick and your opponent leaned back and then kicked your back, that's a good score. Yeah. Anything where you can get the opponent's back is a good score, or a sweep and you take them down in the clinch, that's a good score as well. Yeah,
that's right. Like you see it with a lot of ties, don't you? That's why. Your mates and now my mates Liam Allison and Andy Howson and that, they have such a good do so well because their hands are good, but when they go to Thailand they don't really focus on hands, do they?
So the pad work's a lot of kicking. There is boxing in it and stuff, but
they use that to set the kicks up, don't they? Because they score higher.
That's it, because the Thai boxers, the proper Thai boxers, know how to block a lot. When we're training for MMA, you won't see a lot of MMA fighters blocking kicks because it slows the answer back. You know what I mean? And also would slow the takedown. So say you low kicked me and I followed you in and took a single leg or tried to take you down. It's slower than just taking it across the leg and then going for it. You know what I mean? Rather than picking your leg up, blocking it, and then putting it down and then shooting. So you don't tend to have a lot of it where they'll block and then go for it. You know what I mean? So it's and then the rhythm of Thai is different. Like MMA is a lot faster. It's more like a boxing style, isn't it?
I've watched some of them Thai fights where they people will trade kick, and they won't even throw a punch.
Nope.
They won't even throw a punch to set it up. They'll just go kick.
Yeah, it just goes forward and back, and then, like you say, and then someone might land a big punch, and then that'll wobble him, and then they'll clinch him. And then, rather than, like if it was MMA, you'd go over and finish him off with the little gloves on, whereas in the Thai, they might rock him with the right hand and just grab hold and clinch and just knead him into, need the granny out of him and just basically, do him in. Or start kicking him, try and kick him to the head and so on and so on. Whereas a boxer would finish with the hands and an MMA fighter would probably finish with the hands or take you down or something.
And pound you on top.
Yeah.
Like we were saying there though, we ended up having 2 fights, didn't we? Me and Sean, we got a rematch on. And like, obviously I thought I'd won the first one. I thought, going into this one, and then you just game planned it to precision. Know what I mean? Like, I wasn't clued up in the clinch.
No,
I wasn't.
You weren't a Thai fighter.
No, I was an MMA fighter. I'd done striking.
But you wanted to do striking.
But I wanted to get into it.
Because I always end up saying to people, like, if you're thinking about getting into the MMA and you want to fight MMA and you think that your nerves might be an issue, go and have a Thai fight. Go and have a K1 fight. Go and do an interclub. Because like you can get 100 people in a room watching you on an interclub and that'll take your nerves down a little bit. So I understood why you were doing because I knew you were an MMA fighter, but I understood why you were doing the Thai fight. And you did, listen, I'm not just saying it because you're there now and you're my mate and all that, and I'm your coach now. You did really well. You've always been tough. It was just that little bit of scoring that he had and you didn't have at that time.
In that,
you know what I mean?
In the first fight, it was close, like I said, towards the one. Then the second fight, he outpointed me to death. Clinching me, tripping me, you know what I mean? Teeps.
It's funny, we were chatting about it the other day, it started bringing back some memories, and I was like, I remember thinking to myself and saying to Sean, these don't mess around, these. I know this Jim, right? Okay, he's going to come for blood. He's going to try and if he can't say outpoint you, he's going to try and knock you out. So you have to be sharp. Body kick and teep him. If you don't. It was weird. I was talking about. My memory's terrible sometimes, like that. But I was honestly thinking the other day, and then Sean shared something on his Instagram and tagged me in it the other day, and a few other memories started coming back. And I remember saying to him, "You're gonna have to keep him off you because he's gonna get a grip at you and try and punch your head in." You know what I mean? And he's gonna kick more, I reckon. And then obviously he just tried to do what I told him to do: outpoint you, teep you, keep you away,
absolutely.
And he goes
game
to the
plan
clinch,
me to death. You know what I mean?
Like he didn't.
He didn't get caught up in the fight, know what I mean? He just done his, you being calm, collected in the corner, and you kept him on that.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah, so keep that pattern.
The great thing I remember about that, though, he did smash me leg to bits.
Yeah.
I can remember I was walking around, and that was on a Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Sunday day in the Greenbank, wasn't it? In the second fight. Yeah.
And I took a fight the next Sunday, didn't I? An MMA fight. I think it was 3-0 at the time. Yeah. And I took another. It was against Scott Gregory, a Commonwealth medalist and lad, he got smoked. You know what I mean? I can remember walking around town on the Monday like that. Then someone in the gym pulled out on the Tuesday, and Paul just said, "Do you want to do this fight?" I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Was that your first MMA fight?
No, it was me fourth or something.
MMA fight,
but I just went, "Yeah, go ahead on that Raw MMA."
Yeah, remember that? Yeah. And Chris Thompson's and all them, wasn't it? Yeah,
come out and took him down, just got on his back and choked him.
Choked him out.
Know what I mean? And he was that's a fond memory because I can remember how beat up my body was, and I just went, "Nah, fuck it, I'm doing this. I'm getting in there and I'm doing that again."
The typical Paddy mentality.
That's just me.
Go on, yeah. And you haven't changed either, to be honest with you. Sometimes, if I speak to anyone about you and they go is he, what's going on? How's he doing? So and so, and I'm like, your name and maturity, right, is hard to put together sometimes, right? But you have changed loads, especially recently, last 12 months especially, you know what I mean? You've thingied, but even you can talk about maturity and then you can talk about people being game, right? And maturity might have gone to you, I'm not taking that fight next week. I mean, my legs all smashed to pieces, I can't be arsed taking it like that. And then the other side is going, fuck it, in for a penny, in for a pound, I'll have it, you know what I mean? Then taking it when someone pulls out. And them fights are normally the ones that you win because you've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. If you lose, you took a fight on. I literally 7 days notice. I
literally didn't have nothing to lose because everyone was like, "Oh, he's the new big thing, Miss Scott Gregory. He's gonna be this, he's gonna be that." And I was 16, and I'll never forget it. It had 4 ring girls, and the ring girls were picking who they thought you were gonna win every fight. And all 4 of them pointed at him and he was like, "Is he going to be alright? Is he going to be alright?" And I choked his ass in about 40 seconds.
Because I remember, because in that time, and we've laughed because we've seen pictures, you've put pictures up and we've seen pictures, and you just there's the size of you now, you were like that. You were like that with a skinhead and just this sort of what? you didn't look aggressive at all or anything like that, and everyone's probably like, oh, he's going to get hurt, and then next thing you just end up like choking everyone out and punching their head in or something, you know what I mean? It's mad. It's like that, I forget what the saying is now, like, but the other one is you don't judge a book by its cover, and that's as simple as it is. Especially in a fight game. Going back to Liam Harrison and Andy Housen, I always say I was going on about the bit where I made up, right, that you especially understand how much I used to go on about that gym and them lads, like the sparring, when I was stuck down and training with him, and Richard and Lisa, and, you know, and Liam Harrison, my mate said to me, who's he, at my wedding, right? And I went, well, that's me mate, that's Liam Harrison, like, and that, and Andy and Jordan's there, and Andy were like, who's he? And he had like gelled hair, like that, like looked like Tintin, right? And obviously fashion's a little bit different from place to place, like, and that, you know what I mean? So I think he had a waistcoat and a dinghy on, he looked cool as fuck. And then he does this mad Michael Jackson impersonation.
When I was in there, right? He was putting Michael Jackson.
So next thing comes on, we had at my wedding, we had like my dad's mate's like band and DJ, and the girls were singing, and then Michael Jackson come on, and next thing Liam moonwalks onto the dance floor and starts doing his Michael Jackson. I was like, what? Like I said, my mate went, who's that? And I went, my mate Liam, and he went, is he some sort of like professional impersonator or something like that? I said, no, he's at the time, I think he was a 4-time world champion. I said, a 4-time world Thai boxing champion. You went, it's a fuck. I'll fuck him. And I went, you won't fuck him, mate, trust me. He said, he'll kill you. And he went, him with the gel dirt.
Yeah.
He went, and it was one of them going back, and I went, oh mate, I said, YouTube him, Google him, right, and then come back at me and tell me you're going to do him. And he said, I'm only messing, like, and I was laughing about it, but he didn't believe it, because your typical fighter, boxer,
doesn't look like
has
that.
the flat nose, say, and so on and so on. An MMA fighter has the cauliflower ears and the bent nose.
Fishy.
And then fishy. And then a Thai boxer doesn't really look like much, unless they've caught a few elbows and they've got a few scars there and across their heads and so on and so on. But apart from that, it takes all different types of body shapes and looks and so on and so on. It doesn't. I couldn't tell you if you line 10 up. I couldn't go
say,
Thai boxer, not. And I couldn't really do it unless they had that typical sort of beat up face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like you were saying there about Liam and that, so I used to train down there. Then you're a Bad Company gym, and we were wanting to go down for a while. So I was wanting me to go down. Then leading up to the last fight, well, when I was meant to fight, I went down for a week because you, Ellis and Paul all went to, was it Greenville?
We were in Boston,
with Molly, because she was fighting on the UFC. So I went down and trained there for a week, and you know, I compared it to our gym. You know what I mean? It's just a gang of boss lads that all train together and get on, and it's just everyone's there is sound. You know what I mean? Rich, Lisa, Liam, Andy, Rich and Lisa's kids, they're great. And then another lad there, Joe Craven, who I've met there, he's a friend for life now, know what I mean? He's still always speaking that. You look at a picture of him now, Joe, little shout out for you there, but he's only 21. He's had a hard paper round. A hard one.
His paper round was in Afghanistan. Sorry, Joe.
But yeah, it was an eye-opener, know what I mean? Just a week down there, it was some of the little intricate details that you with your Thai, know what I mean? I done pads with Joe, I done pads with Liam, I done pads with Andy, and Andy's a little barn pot. Yeah,
he's fucking nuts, isn't he?
Yeah, telling me to give Sai stick when I got home because he was just letting me leg kick him with no shinny on. He was just like, "What do you do? Kick me?" I'm like, I haven't got a shinny on. I don't want to. You haven't got a leg pad on. Tell Sai when you get home that leg pad's for fairies. What? Kick me? Like that? Kick me in the leg? I'm just like, whoa, scratching my head.
Again, that goes back to that, like, no, they look like that, but they're fucking lunatics. You know what I mean? Like, they look like, I don't know, so like I say, sometimes they don't look like they should be as hard as they are, but like, I could imagine like them walking down a road and someone going, what are you looking at? And just getting fucking booted in the head, big eye kick, or fucking Liam Harrison left hook and just getting knocked out going, yeah, have a nice day, mate, just walking on.
I'll never forget showing me dad a video of them, and I showed him Liam it and pads, and he was like, is that sped up, lad? Is that sped up?
See, I was like, he gets it all the time.
Yeah, I was like, nah. And then when he come in, where we like left the gaff and he come in with me on the Friday morning, he was like, where is he?
Yeah.
Where's the main man?
Yeah.
But Liam weren't there. Liam was so
imagine your dad saying it.
Dad, you know what my dad's like? I went, where is he?
Yeah.
Where's the super kick?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I need to see this.
I need to see this.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I think every because you always get your, as you know, you always get your trolls, don't you? And the zero posts, 100 followers, following 5,000, like in a daft picture, and it just says, so like he'll put something and they'll put, oh, but why'd you have to speed it up, mate? Right? Question mark. And he goes, it's not sped up.
Look at the clock in the background.
Look at the clock in the corner. I've done it on purpose.
He said that to me now purposely. He puts the timer in the background so that people can look at it and see that he's not chatting shit. Because he isn't. Why would you speed it up anyway? Only a tool would do that.
Exactly. And you'd always get found out when you do shit like that. Always get found out. I remember meeting him through Dave Jackson, who used to, still does have Warrington Thai Boxing. I met them all at a show through that, got chatting to him, said I wanted to come down and train. I said I had my own gym, and obviously I was finding it hard to train myself and find training partners and so on and so on in my gym. So we started going down, and I remember, like, I tell this story to everyone as a typical example of, please don't fucking give up, right? Because it stops the hard work. Is always there, but the amount of times you get thrown on the floor or you get dropped by a body shot or something, it starts stopping because you get used to it after a bit. It's my first, I always say 3 months, it might have been shorter, it might have been more or less the same like that, but I always say 3 months for some reason. My first 3 months of going down there on a Friday night sparring consisted of me getting my fucking head punched in, right, getting clinched and thrown on the floor, right, by every single one of them, right, including fucking people that shouldn't really have been throwing me on the floor, right. I haven't got even an ego to say that, like, some lad who had 3 fights, and I think I'd had 8 at the time, and I was clinched with him, and because their level is such a high level, right, where I thought I was really, really good, right, this kid had only had 2 fights, and I started clinching with him, and I just went on my back, and I was looking up at him thinking, oh, you wanker, what the fuck? Shit. And then I got up again, I thought, right, so I just lost my balance, must have done something fucking different. Boom, straight down again. I was like, oh my God. And then I think the next spar was Andy, and like me Andy and Liam were really good mates, but Andy took me sort of a lot under his wing and so on and so on. And then I sparred with Andy, and he booted my leg off. Then I went with Liam, and I think I got me ear fucking drum burst possibly with the left hook, because that's what he throws, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. I remember driving home and I couldn't really feel this leg properly, or that leg, sorry, my left leg, and then my right leg was hurting from kicking him, and this one was hurting from being kicked, and I was like, Jesus Christ, it's like an hour and 20 minutes home, like trying to push the pedals going.
Beach pedals in.
Oh, I feel like pulling over and just fucking sleeping there for the night.
And the hard shoulder, just like that.
Honestly.
Ice pack on each part of your leg.
Just legs out the window and all sorts, you know what I mean? Trying to cool them down.
Yeah, the Friday night in there, the boss, like, I'm looking forward to them.
Getting back up there.
We're going to go back down the next few weeks, aren't we? We're back from Thailand, therefore we're going to go down there.
The Friday night fight night, it is, isn't it? So it's like, it's just... It depends what Richie wants to do. Sometimes do a bit of technique only and then do the spar at the end, or it'll just be a full night of sparring and that. Back when I was going years ago, it was just sparring, end of story. It was, say, something like 8 rounds of sparring, and then the last 15, 20 minutes was clinch work, and you just ended up walking out there with like that, no neck, no neck, and you couldn't really turn left or right, you know what I mean, from the clinch work.
Me and Elliot went the other week, done a little bit of technique, obviously, to warm up, and then it was like 4 rounds of boxing, 4 rounds of just kicking, 4 rounds of Thai, you know what I mean, and then we done clinch as well at the end, you know what I mean. It was good. It's
all things to make you use your technique better. So when they say just kick, it makes you block and kick back faster. So you forget your hands, you don't throw your hands because you're just blocking and kicking. Or if they go to body kick, you teep and put them on their ass. And then when it's clinching, it's just solely just neck wrestling, basically. It's just trying to get a good position and need them, and then look for the elbow. And then when you're boxing, you're letting your hands go. And then obviously at the end, you throw it all together, and hopefully you get a happy medium where you use enough of your hands to set the kicks up, enough of your kicks that it hurts them and slows the legs down, and then when you go into clinch, keep your base and don't get thrown on the floor, basically, or your back taken. So
it is.
That's why I always say that Muay Thai is, again, I love boxing, I'm a massive boxing fan, but Muay Thai for MMA is I'd say the best sort of stand-up side of things, with a good boxing. So a good Thai coach with a good boxing coach will get the best out of you. Because the whole idea is not to get your back taken in Muay Thai, not to be off balanced. So if you're not getting off balance, then you're not getting your back taken, then
it's great for MMA.
Yeah, right. And then
no one can
obviously
jump on your back.
For you, with obviously your style, the way when you get on someone's back, it's virtually fucking over. Like, you know what I mean? If you learn the ways of how to get someone's back in Thai and the clinch and so on, that helps you in your game.
It does.
You know what I mean?
It helps me majorly.
Yeah.
What I was trying to mention. Trying to mention what you're because obviously you've done Thai for years and you're a coach and you've fought plenty of times. You know what I mean? What do you think of the ONE FC with the little 4 ounces Thai?
Do you know what? I like it. I like it. It's just, I mean, I've got no real problem with it. I obviously wouldn't like anyone to get fucking badly hurt, you know what I mean, by taking too many shots or copping a fucking naughty one like and that. I just think there's no room for error there, is there?
No room for error.
MMA, you can't. What's the name? Like, so MMA, if you throw a shot and you hit me with a shot, right, and I think, oh, fucking hell, that was hard. I nearly fucking done me there, right? So the next time you're going to throw something, you'd shoot on me or I'd shoot on you, and we take it to the down, and obviously then that might be where I'm better on the floor, and I might, obviously try and sub you, but
you can't do that.
You can't do a takedown. So you're like, fuck, you are literally eating leather, and then the only way you're stopping that is kicking.
As we know, them 4 ounces aren't to protect you, they're to protect my hands.
Yeah. And everyone's like, what about me fucking face, mate? You know what I mean? So,
I've watched some of them scraps and
I know.
Crazy. 4 ounce gloves in a Thai fight is ridiculous.
So obviously going back to that, obviously we always talk about people we know, and obviously Liam's someone we both know, like, and that really well. And his fight the other week when he caught that lad in the first round with the left hook with the little gloves on,
that was it.
And that was it.
The ref should have stopped it there, but he let him get back up and take another few shots, didn't he?
He was gone, but at the same time, he did get up and give the sort of the
if
right.
that was me, I'd want
as a fighter, we're always like, what ref, what? Kicking off on the ref, saying, so he probably gave it another go just to keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
And because it was so early in the first round as well, obviously.
It was first minute and a half or something, wasn't it?
No, I think it was 40-something seconds or something like that. He'd done him. So, but then after that, as soon as he got hit again, and then he got caught with them 2 elbows, didn't he? I think on the way down. That's it. Them elbows, if you stay stood, I always say, don't I, if I hit you with an elbow and you don't drop, I run. Right? Don't fucking elbow you again, right? Just leg it.
Yeah, you do say that.
Classes, don't I? Gonna say,
get one of them, land it right across.
Yeah.
And you just stand there, the Terminator, get off.
My last fight, the scar in the middle of my head was done by John O'Chipchase, a lovely kid from Manchester, like, and that we ended up being good mates afterwards, like, and he used to come down and train. So he hit me with that one in the 4th round, and it was more like, it wasn't a hard, heavy shot, it was like a paper cut.
Someone.
Yeah, it's like, so like getting like slashed or something, but the blood went down the middle of my head into both my eyes, and for the rest of the 4th round I couldn't fucking see him really, like, and that. And then obviously it got Vaseline and fucking sorted, and then it was alright going into the 5th. But I remember in the 5th, and if you watch the fight, he'd cut me. I didn't lose me ragging off him, but I wanted to hurt him badly. Yeah. So I just walked forward like a fucking robot, and I remember him sort of just going, I walked forward to throw something, and as I went forward to throw it, he just went bump and hit me with the elbow, but he didn't turn fully into it.
Yeah.
So rather than hitting me with the bone, he hit me with a bit there, which helped me. Right? And I just remember on the thingy, if you watch the video, he hits me and I go, dump, dump, and then start walking forward again like that. And I think he just sort of looks and goes, fuck this shit. The fuck do you have to do to him here, you know what I mean? So, but again, he didn't hit me. If he'd have hit me with a bone, he'd probably broke my jaw. You know what I mean? Because you're a young, tough, up-and-coming kid he was at the time when he fought me, like, and that. That
is, like, that's something I've noticed with Thai as well, though, like, at the end of the fight, everyone's always mates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, obviously, I've had fights in the past in MMA where there is bad blood after it.
Of course,
some people who I still to this day want to punch their head in and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But in Thai, it's different, isn't it?
It's you know what it is? I think in Thailand, there's a lot of respect.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, obviously, you always respect your coaches, which is a standard thing across everywhere, I suppose. But it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
You hold them coaches in Thailand in high regard. Any coaches that we've had over in my gym or I've gone to train with, I've always looked at them like fucking gods. I know they're not gods, but like you look at them and you go. So they tell you the story about, and they say we're from this part of Thailand. I've trained since I was 8. A lot of them are what's naming. A lot of them are fighting to give money to the family. They're 8 years old. And they're making money for their family because they're getting gambled on as well, and they're getting paid for the fights. And then obviously as they get older and they get to like the early teens and so on and so on, some of these 14, 15-year-old kids are like Lumpini Stadium champions at like 15 or 16 because they're that good and that hard, and then they're earning more money for the family and that.
It's crazy, innit? Because
but they've had like 300 fights.
I know, and by the time they're 15, but that's what I mean. I'm just like thinking about myself now. I'm a moaning bastard, as you know. As you know, I'm a moaning bastard, lad. Any one little thing what does my head in, I start fucking moaning about it. And then I think of these kids who are getting made to fight when they're 8, and I'm just thinking, wow,
I haven't got it that bad.
First world problems, Pad. Come on, sort your head out.
So me and Elle were chatting about this morning. Like, obviously it's cold. It's you come into the gym early in the morning. It's like dark when you come in, and then it's dark when you leave and all that. And me and Elle have both done like he's done he was a brickie or a labourer, and then I've done railways, traffic management. So when I came,
I always say this. That's why, like, you understand that.
Yeah.
Like, you just could have it harder. Like, as
Elle
was working in Scotland, fucking -6 or something. You was doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
People like me, inventive, never had a proper job.
No,
and I mean,
but then
I'm.
You've got nothing to...
You know what I mean? I've got nothing to compare it to.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say.
So getting up in the morning for me is harder than it is for you, know what I mean? Because I haven't got to think, I could be on a site though, know what I mean?
That's exactly... Funny enough, this morning, me and Elle were chatting about... Elle came in and he was like stretching off and he was like, oh, fucking I'm tired, I'm sore, all this. And I said, yeah, same here. And then he went, but let's have it right. He said, I could be back on them building sites, you know what I mean, in the freezing cold somewhere, like my hands falling off and, you know, throwing bricks around and all that. And I was like, I do that near enough, like once a week at least, where I go, I just want to go home, and then I go, hang on.
But it's better than
exactly.
Than what it could be.
Listen, coaching the amount of fighters we've got in that gym now at the level they're all at, right? The better you all become, it's harder for us because we have to stay up to your level and above. So like, we want to be showing you more things. We want to get you sharper, get everything tighter, you know, make you kick harder, make you clinch better, make this better, make your groundwork better, and so on and so on. So the way you've lot of all risen through the ranks and then ended up getting world titles, and then from world titles into UFC or Bellator or whatever you're going into, like, and that, we've constantly got to up our game all the time, which I love that. You know what I mean? I like the fact that I've got to stay on top of my game. Going back to the job thing, when I drive past my old work, I sometimes see the lads in the vans and I'll be thumbs up and they'll ring me and so on and so on. Where are you going? Oh, I've been out since 3 o'clock this morning, put 3 jobs on, then I'm going to this job, then I've got to pick that one up, and I'm on call, and I'm like, I remember that on call thing used to be, you'd finish at 5 o'clock, you'd be driving home thinking, I can't wait to get in and have my tea, and the phone would go off and they go, hey mate, got an emergency job at blah blah in Walton. You're like, oh my god, sounds alright mate, I'm on my way. It's about turn, no tea, back to the yard, load your van up and go.
See that, like, that's the thing, like, half my mates are scaffolders, joiners, know what I mean? Most of them have got a trade, work on a site and that. And like, I think at times, obviously you're in a fight camp and you diet, and I go around the pub to see them, and I'm sitting there with my bottle of water, and they're on the pint, they're on the pints, and they're eating crisp and eating chocolate, and I'm just sitting there like, why can't I just be a normal person, lad? And then I just sit there and I flick and go,
snap out of it, don't you? And
what
just
do you want about, lad? Why would you ever want to be a normal person? You're doing what you're doing, and it's fucking, it's making your life better. Obviously, I know all my mates would kill to be in the situation I'm in.
This is the thing. There's a load of people out there that would kill to be in yours or even my situation, as like in a coach in the gym that we've got, like, you know what I mean? And then there's a load of other people out there that are just not asked. You know what I mean? They're happy, 9 to 5 job, picking the wages up at the end of the month, paying the bills, going for a pint, going out, buying clothes, doing whatever they do with the money, like, and that. But we're, what's her name?
Getting cramp.
Getting cramp.
Just had to straighten me leg out.
Paddy's going to have to do some stretching here.
I'll just do it on here.
Yeah. So it's you just end up, what's her name? And you've got, it's either in you to do a normal job. It was never in me to do a normal job.
Exact same.
You know, I always end up getting, once I opened my gym, even though I closed it after, like, say, what was it, 7 years or something like that, whatever it was, I started seeing my arse with the fact that it wasn't as profitable as I thought it was. And it was so much hard work, and you know, you got a thanks off a few people, but you didn't get a thanks off a lot of people. You know what I mean? They took it for granted. And then I went and did the railways then. And then as soon as I was doing that for a few years, I was like, I want back in the gym. You know,
it makes you realise.
It drags you back. And it's the one thing that I think once you're good at something, it always drags you back to it. You know, because if not, you just, I don't know, you regress it. Like I've said to people, if you want to be a world champion or you want to get in the UFC, just train as hard as you can, cut no corners, and you will get there, right? And if you don't, at least you tried and gave it 100%, because not everyone gets there. It's as simple as that, you know what I mean? They might want to, and they might think they deserve it. And your mum's saying to you, oh yeah, you're good, love, you'll get in there. The fuck she know, right? Hey, unless your mum's a trained, MMA fighter or a coach, or she's got a really good IQ in her, she's not going to be able to say you did. But everyone's mum says, oh yeah, you're definitely good enough, son. You know what I mean? But that's for us to say. Dana White to say in the UFC, and and anyone else, or your management and that. Fuck having a normal job though.
I know, even I always turn around and, like I say, I consider all the people in the gym my family. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be able to get, you go and do this now, you lad, off some boss. I'd end up turning around, lad, who are you talking to, lad?
I had that the first week I'd gone from
the gym.
So remember, I was in the gym. I was in the gym full time doing some part time work, and then I remember saying to Paul, I'm going to have to go back and earn some money doing this job, like and that, but I'll still do my classes and that, and some privates. I work full time. I worked full time and did 107 and a half hours. Half hours important, by the way. Don't miss the half hour. 107 and a half hours overtime in 4 weeks, right? On call, right? And still got in to train Molly every day for that UFC Liverpool, right? So I was thinking, if I can do that, you know what I mean? You can do virtually anything there, you know what I mean? And then by doing that, I was like, you know what, Paul, I'm coming back. I'm going to have to come back. I don't enjoy this.
I can remember you saying to me, this on call, and some days you would finish work at 4 o'clock, and then you'd have to bring someone saying, I don't know if I'm going to make it tonight because I've got shot a call.
Remember that?
And then you get there just before 7:30, and you'd be like,
I'm all right, shocker.
In your work gear that, getting off.
Full yellows in, trying to get changed into my shorts to teach me class, and I've rung Elle and said, Elle, do us a favour, mate, I'm not going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it, or I'm definitely not going to make it. Then I'd run in at 1 minute, 2, going, right, I'm not being in 2 seconds. It just, I don't know.
Even stuff like people with, I say normal jobs, you know what I mean? Because that's what I say, you know what I mean? People with normal jobs.
It is normal job, it is.
My bird's the same, you know what I mean? She hates it because she can't just pick when she wants to go away.
That's it.
There's got to be other people on a team that are not.
That's it. You're taking that week and you're taking that week. Can't have 3 in the office.
You can't have 2 at the same time and all that shite. And I just think that's a load of bollocks. If you want to, you pick when you want your holiday. You know what I mean? That's why I couldn't have a normal job.
No, because
someone's trying to tell me that I can't go away when I want to go away. When I've got something booked, I'd be like, lad, are you messing?
I mean, you understand why they do it, because obviously if you've got 5 people in the departments and 3 decide they want the fucking same day off or same week off, then 2 are doing the job of 5 people. It is what it is. That's running a business for you.
I think they're trying to say to her that she can't have the Friday off for my next fight.
Yeah.
And that's the day of the fight, innit?
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. You'll be getting told to fuck off. Fuck right off.
Anyone from Laura's department, though, he's only joking. You know what I mean?
I'm fucking not.
He's not.
I'm fucking not. That's all.
Yeah. But yeah, it's as for working for people, you just, like you say, if you, like us today, right? So if you needed to cancel something today, you cancel it. Yeah. And go and do whatever you want to do. But when you've got a job, you're answerable to someone, aren't you? And you know.
And you can't just say, I've got something's come up.
No, because you're doing something for them that they're doing for someone else. Do you know what I mean? It's the
and
pressure on them.
if you don't do it for them, then they get bollocked by them, so you have to do it for them.
Exactly, yeah. So, but then
food chain, man.
But yeah, but with us, it's you're as a fighter, you're only like sort of massive commitment that you've got to do is you've got to train them hours every day. So you've got to do 3 hours, say, training a day, or 4 hours training a day, and that there's no excuse that you can't. You know what I mean? You can switch it around. It was supposed to be 9 o'clock. I'll make it 12. Again, that's your flexibility, isn't it? As a fighter, when you're basically self-employed, aren't you? You know what I mean? Basically. So and then obviously then the coaches jump in there and they can move it around. I can move things because I'm my own boss. You can move things because you're your own boss. How many times have we gone to train at 9 o'clock and you've rang me or I've rang you and said, can we change that to 10 o'clock because
And then we've moved
oh
it.
yeah, cool. Yeah, I've got nothing on with that. You can do that. You can't do that in a.
No, you can't.
Imagine working on the railways and just saying to the fella,
I've got up a bit late.
hey,
I'll be there in an hour.
Hey, you know that train that's coming through at 8:15? Just tell it to come round at 9:15. No, you can't do that, mate. You know what I mean? It's going to kill someone. You know what I mean? Like, all right, shit. You know, you've got to do, everything's got to be by their rules, hasn't it? The other person's rules.
Yeah, I was like,
I just can't see you ever doing that.
No, never. Never.
So never get bored with MMA, or never start losing your love for it, because
I know.
you'd be
good.
shit working in a news agency.
I know if I could get, I know if I could get through the end of 2018 and 2019, that I'll never fall out of love with this sport. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, again,
as you know, I'm a great host. You know what I mean? I'll be presenting television in about 10 years. Look at this face. Look at the way I present myself.
Yeah.
Hey,
face for telly, face for radio.
I'll be like that with a mic. Yeah, you know, this analysis is good. You know what I mean? We're doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can half see on Side's face where he's had the Thai fights.
The odd crack.
Was the nose and elbow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a knee.
knee.
Yeah, and that wasn't even in a fight. That was in a sparring session. I remember the lad grabbing me by the head, and the coach at the time, my first coach, Mark Tunley, he said to the lad, knee, and he was just start. It wasn't just starting, but he was a little bit like sort of a bit nervous, bit awkward, whatever you want to call it, like, and that. And I just remember you going, knee, and as he just pulled my head down, instead of near me in the body, he just went bump and near me in the face, and my nose ended up over here somewhere, and I had a bit of a hole in my side of my nose. And I remember, and if Mark was here, he'd back it up, and if the lad was here, he'd back it up. I remember Mark went, "Right, stop," and I went, "No, I'm all right." I wanted to kill him, but only that instinct that fucking kicks in when someone hits you, you know what I mean? Even in a spar, right? So you get it with something, you're like, "Well, I got," and the bell goes, "No, fucking next round, I'm coming back for you," as I've seen you do, and all the lads in the gym.
Everyone does it.
Just get separated, like the round, that round changes, and I see everyone like looking around the room, going, "Okay, I'm going to spar with him. I want him again. I want to get him back." So I remember saying, like, I said, "No, I'm all right, carry on," because I thought, I'm going to fucking whack you with the right hand as hard as I can. And he went, "You're not all right," and I went, "I'm all right," and he went, "Take your gloves off and go and look in the mirror," and I went, "Oh, all right." I just walked over to the mirror, these like floor to ceiling mirrors, and I just went, "Oh shit," and it literally was here, right? So we started to push it back, and then I've just got this big bump here, a little scar there, and they couldn't fucking move it, and then I couldn't be arsed.
Elbow it back in place.
Remember, so we did say a minute ago that if I can ever afford it, I'd have plastic surgery just to straighten it, because it's got deviated septum, so I breathe funny out of this side. And I think we'll video it if we do it, right? We'll get you to fucking just elbow
the elbow
straight.
Across, bump elbow back into place.
I'll just put my head against the wall so I can't lean back and make you miss, and I'll just close my eyes and we'll just straighten that.
You'd have to go 3, 2, and just do it on
just
the
do it on the 2, yeah.
On the slide. Yeah, you just have to do it
with my eyes fully closed.
People do that with a string on something.
Like with a tooth.
3, 2, boom, and just pull it out.
Yeah, we'll just go, okay, when you boom. Yeah, that's what you'd have to do. I'm not fucking paying $3,000. I haven't got $3,000. I'm not paying $3,000 to have my nose straightened when I can do it for a £1.50. I'll get you a bottle of Coke.
Yeah, just an can of cherry Coke, lad, 80p, flying.
But Whisper Gold.
The way we started off before saying about how I fought Sean and he beat me and stuff, and that's the way we're talking there. Size basically 2-0 on me. Yeah, so like I've got to mention the MMA fights I had against these lads.
Yes.
Yeah. But let's get it right. I never beat them on the feet.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because
it is.
Our gym at the time was predominantly. It's funny because Next Gen sort of had the name for being a really, really, really good grappling gym.
Yeah.
Right? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was amazing. The grappling was amazing. You were winning all comps, and obviously in the MMA side of things, it was dinging. It was you were all like tapping people out and so on. My gym was predominantly a striking gym, and then it went into MMA.
Yeah,
and then that's where
you had lots of Thai fights, didn't you? And then where MMA got bigger.
Yeah,
like
we just
10
had
years
to
ago,
needed to get on there, like, you know what I mean.
Started getting people on shows, and like I think I beat Ellis Clues first, and then I done the fight with Sean, and then I fought Michael Doyle about a year later or something.
Yeah, you did,
and
them two were mates as well.
Yeah. I submitted them though. I'm not gonna. I never TKO'd them and on. I triangled both of them.
I remember it. Yeah.
The pair of them didn't took them down, or triangled them.
Telling you.
Yeah, fuck standing with them.
But then, yeah, well, that's again, look, that's MMA for you, innit?
It is.
Why the fuck, like, it's like, if a world-class boxer turned to MMA, right, you're going to stand up and box with him.
No, fuck
Not with them little gloves on, you're going to take him down.
I've argued with boxers, lad, and I've said in the past, yeah, he'll punch me head on the feet, but he won't know what's happening when I shoot in and drop him on his fucking head.
A lot of them wouldn't even know what to do. You just there's a it's on YouTube. I'll have to find it. There's a boxer from America fighting a Thai boxer, and the boxer just boxes. So he's got his boxing boots on, boxing shorts, and he's moving around. He's throwing the jab, and the Thai boxer goes leg kick, and then after about 5 heavy leg kicks, the boxer can't stand on his left leg. Every time he pushes to go forward, it just goes from underneath him. And this is what, again, it goes back to the coaching side of things. That's a simple thing. You don't box a boxer, so if everyone's got a boxing experience, even MMA lads that we've talked about, so Desmay being the Thai boxer or that type of style of fighter, so we had an answer to that, didn't we, when we trained for that. If he's an ex-boxer that goes into MMA, we're not going to stand with him. You know what I mean? It happened to Dilksey, didn't it? Dilksey.
Every fight he lost, he got took down.
Exactly. Professional boxer, everyone just went, not going to stand with you.
Leg kick, shot in.
Boom, and that was that. Because they knew, and I'm obviously I trained Dilksey, and he's one of my fucking best mates. Like, and that, if he hits you full on, you are going to sleep. You know what I mean? You are not staying up off one of them left hooks, and you're not staying up off that right hand. So that's why that's all they did. Game planned it. You know, not letting him punch me.
No,
you know what I mean?
his name in.
Yeah,
he's fought the likes of them. We're not here. We're not going to stand with him.
That's all you have to do nowadays, don't you?
Just type people's name on Google. Obviously, back when you started, you couldn't fucking do that.
No, you couldn't. No,
just type in now.
I think YouTube got sort of big-ish towards like midway through my sort of fighting career and that, but like not enough that you could find any information on it. I mean, like, you've got Tapology now and other websites for MMA side of things, Sherdog and that, but there wasn't one. It was funny enough, it was a web. The arguments that used to go on this fucking forum. It was called Axe Kickboxing, right? And it was like, it was just you had your name. I think my name. I don't even know why I gave myself Crazy Legs. Right, Crazy Legs was me name, but like it wasn't a hidden profile. I had all my details on. Simon Audley, this gym, blah blah blah. So it was like they could contact you for fights, and have you got a 62 kilo girl? Have you got this, so on and so on? And then they'd advertise shows on there and all sorts, and I advertised my shows on there, and that was the only sort of like details you could find about most people. And it still happens. It still happens today, where you've got John. John's had no fights, and so on and so on. He's a total novice, and then you put your fighter against him, and you turn up and you'd look at John and go, He's had fights because that's a face only your mother could love. I'm telling you, he's he's a boxer or something, or he's something.
That's sort of more like the technology of all that is good for now, isn't it? You can't someone can't turn up and pretend that they've never fought before 9 times out of 10. Because I've seen it on a white collar show. One of our kids' mates, this kid landed, said, I've never done that before, and then after he ended up fucking catching our kid's mate and dropping him and that. And then we found that he'd had 5 fights before it, and our kid mate had never done nothing.
I don't understand that, mate.
I don't. It's just being a bully.
I got asked ages ago to when I'd stopped Thai boxing. I was doing boxing, and I just wanted to stay fit and all that. And someone said to me, "You should have a go with that white collar." And I was like, "I'd like to, you know what I mean?" I said, "But it is cheating." And they were like, "You'll be all right." And I was like, "No." If you end up knocking someone out in the first round, say, right, or something stupid like 10 seconds, and you knock them out, they're gonna go, "It's a good shot. Let's have a little look into him." Again, Google or anything like that. Or, "Do you know him?" Yeah, that's Sai. He had about 10 pro Thai boxing and kickboxing fights. "Oh, did he?" Yeah. He said he had nothing. You know what I mean? He's had nothing. He's done 6 months training, and you're telling me he's been training for 20 years. It's our last.
It is.
I don't know how you could celebrate that at the end. By knocking a.
I know. And that kid was jumping on the ropes like that.
Exactly. All made up with himself. Like he'd won a fucking it's like. I don't mind white collar. I don't mind unlicensed. It has its place, but the bits where people get the title belts, right? And it's a trophy, basically what it is. A belt's a trophy, right? Unless it stands for something, right? And they get these trophies and they stick it all up on Instagram. It's an achievement, and if you did it right, he was the same level as you, same experience, all that, and you won the belt. Fucking fair play to you. You know, I'm happy for you, but don't start walking around where you live with the fucking belt on, right? So well, what this thing? Yeah, just it's a professional fighter, or change your fucking Instagram to professional boxer when you're not. Yeah, you know, it's like amateur MMA fighters saying works at UFC. Yeah, and they're a fucking amateur, and they've had about 2 fights. They've had about 2 fights. It goes in Thai boxing years ago. It used to be into clubs were like a spa, right? In people's gyms. It's how we raised money for the gyms, right? So if you got like 50, 60 fights in, and everyone paid a $5, you'd buy trophies, and everyone got a trophy at the end. But the same size trophies, both hands go up at the end, and it's a spa. You get to test yourself and see what you're about with someone who's not in your gym. Yeah. Right, so someone different body shape. And like you say, it gets rid of nerves and stuff. That's it. You're having a little go in front of people. You take your missus and your kids, and they'd watch the dad have a little scrap. You know what I mean? That was good, right? But the problem was they were having 3 interclubs, right, and then getting to a certain level. If they did like the armbands, the coloured armbands, was like a belt, like coloured belts in like jits and that. It was coloured armbands, so it was like white, yellow, green, brown, and then up to red in Master Sken's one. And red armband was the top level, like your coach. But these lads were like yellow armband, say, right? So not a massive amount of experience, but they had money, and they'd had 3 interclubs, so they opened a gym, right? And there's no rule to say you can't. Yeah. There's no law to say you can't. Just as long as you get your insurance, your indemnity insurance, and you look like you can do a bit, you could go and open your gym. Now that's like one of our amateurs who's a white belt in jits, but he's had a couple of grappling tournaments and he's won a couple of gold medals, and he's gone away and said to say to Paul, can I open a next gen Wirral or next gen London or something like that? And we just go, nah, you're all right, mate. Nah. No, Paul would just go, no chance. Nah, yeah, fuck off. Because you've got a good name for yourself. Why would you want to water that down by giving it to someone who hasn't really put the work into? That's when it was all in baby development stage, though. Exactly. Yeah. What I mean? Yeah. I mean, now it's a lot bigger. Again, though, I don't think Muay Thai leads Muay Thai's always need a big investment. Yeah, like someone to come along with a bit of money and put a show on. Like people, the way I compare like boxing money to MMA money, and boxing money just blows MMA out the water. But then when you compare MMA money to Thai boxing money, it does it again. Yeah, and it's mad because we think we get paid little, but then they get fucking paid peanuts at our ass. I never got paid. Lad, I'm going to say this because I always say it. Yeah. I hear boxers say MMA's a man's sport. Yeah. Lad, that Thai is a fucking men's sport, mate. Because you just stand there in front of each other, kicking knee and an elbow on each other, lad. It's fucking heavy. There's no... The style of Muay Thai is not really... Like, you get certain fighters like Sanchai and that, he's very evasive and, he gets out of the way of all sorts. It's very, very rarely does he take a lot of damage, you know what I mean? And then ends up either outpointing you or knocking you out, right? So with normal Muay Thai, you just stand toe to toe with each other, and like it's like who can land the long knee, who can land the elbow, who can move the guard, who can off balance him and then kick him in the head or push him back and put it's like you end up being like a 2 balls going at it in the middle, like, and that, and it doesn't, very rarely does it go anywhere apart from right in the middle. It's like phone booth. We're having a phone like booth fight, aren't we? You're moving around like no, there's none of this footwork. Move. Very, very, very slow footwork, and when I say slow footwork, but very like the rhythm is the rhythm rather than it's like where the music's on. That's it. Go with the rhythm of the music. And the way I've explained that to people in the past, it's like gears on a car. It's like when you fight him, the first round doesn't really get judged, right? Yeah. It's normally a 10-10 unless someone does something special or knocks you down, and then you get a 10-8, and then it goes like 10-10, then it may go 10-9, 9-10. But your last 2 rounds are where if you show you're strong and you're fit and you push that person back and you score, that's what you want to win them last 2 rounds. Yeah. First round's not really judged. It is judged, but it's not judged, you know what I mean? And then the other 4 rounds are the ones where they're looking at, like, you have to do what you got to do, drop them, clinch them, destroy them in the clinch, proper dominate them and that. And then if 2 and 3, if you've won 2 and I've won 3, then obviously you're going into the 4th and the 5th to dominate them once they get the win. So, but yeah, like you say, you see them sometimes, they're just like standing toe to toe, elbowing and kneeing each other, and you're thinking,
Andy, I just seen some of his fights
Christ.
now, and he's just a barn pot.
Yeah.
Just stand there.
Lord of War.
Yeah,
Lord
what
of
a
War.
nickname.
Yeah.
And we're going to finish it there, Si, with a perfect bit of insight onto Muay Thai. If you're fighting it, listen to him. You know what I mean? He knows what he's on about. He knows the judging system. He knows the scoring system. And like I said, he's my Muay Thai coach now, and I can't thank him enough for the work we've done over the past year. And I'm just gutted I never got to fight in November and showcase to everyone the sort of stuff we've been doing. Yeah. But I know on March we will be showcasing it, and no one's going to be ready. So, Si, nice one for coming on.
Appreciate it. Nice one, mate.
Episode 5 next week with Jay Hutton.